Well, good Wednesday afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's Solid Cactus webinar. My name is Scott Sanfilippo, and today I'm joined by Michelle Johnson from our email marketing department, well, from our internet marketing department. She is our email marketing manager. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hi, good. How is everyone?
Great, great. Glad to see you back on another webinar here to talk about email marketing today. You share a lot of knowledge with us in the past, and we're looking forward to learning more about what we should be doing getting ready to the upcoming holidays. Also like to say hello to Carl Fedak. Hey, Carl. Carl's one of our account managers here at Solid Cactus, a newbie to our webinars. Hey, Carl. How are you?
Great, Scott. Thanks for being here. Join it.
Can't hear Carl there. But Carl and I go back quite a way. I think we worked for the same company years and years ago when the internet was just still in diapers. So Carl and I go way back. We got to check on your phone there, Carl, because we can't hear you. Yeah. But we'll get to Carl at the end of the presentation today because he's going to have a special offer for us as we wrap things up here this afternoon. But before we started on the webinar here, Michelle, Carl, and I were talking, and I happened to look at the calendar, and I'm like, wow, today is October 19th. In another week or so, we're going to be into November. And I'm thinking to myself, goodness gracious, November, that means 8 weeks till Christmas, how many days until shipping? I hope everybody is cognizant of how late in the month of October we are, because it is kind of frightening that the year went by so quickly. I'm sitting here saying, my goodness, it's October 19th. And Michelle, I'm sure the customers that you're talking to are getting ready for the holidays, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about getting your email marketing ready for the holidays. As we move through the presentation, if you have any questions that may come up, just hang on to them, because I'm going to get you the opportunity to ask those questions, and we'll get answers for them at the end of the webinar today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to Michelle, who will walk us through this afternoon's presentation. Take it away, Michelle.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to talk, like Scott said, about the 12 days of email marketing, and we threw in a partridge in a pear tree for good measure. So
should we sing the song to get going here?
I was told that we should do some singing. I think that everyone will leave the webinar if I'm singing. So maybe if we get Carl's phone up, I heard Carl wants to do lots of singing.
All right, so maybe at the end, we'll all sing Jingle Bells or something like that to get us in the mood.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's get started. First, I imagine what you as a small business store owner might be wishing for. So I wrote Santa a little letter on your behalf.
Oh.
Dear Santa, I've been a very good email marketer this year. In return, I'd like more opens, more clicks, and higher conversions from my email campaigns. Oh, and if it's not too much to ask, I'd appreciate it if I can make tons of cash this holiday season.
Well, you're not asking for much, are you?
No, not much at all.
Oh.
Now that we've got our letter to Santa written, we're ready to get started on our emails. So the holiday shopping season, like Scott's been talking about, is October 19th. My father's birthday, actually.
Oh.
And we've got the holiday shopping season is officially here. Santa's firing up that sleigh. We've got 37 days until Black Friday, only 40 days until Cyber Monday, 63 until Hanukkah arrives, and just 67 days until Christmas.
I just find it so hard to believe.
Like 37 days until Black Friday. That's practically tomorrow.
Wow.
So if you haven't really started thinking about it, after we get off the call today, you want to really start to put a plan in motion based on some of the things we talked about. So I thought first, before we got started, we'd take a look back at some of the responses to the 2010 shopping season and email marketing. So Epsilon compiled a holiday trend report for 2011 that looked back on October 2010, which we're in now, well, same time period, through January of this year. And some of the important data I pulled from that. Online sales peaked the week of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, so like we just talked about, 37 days. So we're coming into the home stretch on when online sales are going to peak. So if you didn't start thinking about your holiday landing pages and your gift guides, now is the time. You know, early December, while still pertinent, that peak is during the week, 2 weeks before the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend.
37 days from now?
37, that's right. Social media was a primary sales driver on Thanksgiving Day last year. So ahead of time, ahead of Black Friday and rooting through the paper after dinner, people were going to their social media to check out, you know, what lies ahead for the next day and the coming weekend. So social media. So, you know, last year maybe if you didn't put enough effort into it, this year you really want to. Social media and mobile web is something we're really going to talk about a lot.
You know, I could see social media having a big play in this, because you have your Thanksgiving dinner, you're going to be sitting there, you're getting ready for all the sales that start the next day, so you're going through all the different brands' Facebook pages, you're checking their Twitter accounts, maybe looking for coupons, and planning your route of attack for your brick-and-mortar stores on Friday, and then, you know, the big order day on Sunday or on Monday for Cyber Monday. So, if, like you said, Michelle, if you're not actively doing anything on Facebook and Twitter, now would be a really good time to start doing that and getting your social marketing strategy put together, because people are going to be looking for that information on your Facebook page.
Yep, so start thinking about it now and start getting a little more involved if you're not regular on your social media, so that you sort of build up to that, so it's not, they come to expect that you're going to be involved when we get to Thanksgiving Day and that weekend.
Right.
Some other stats, highest conversion rates occurred during the week after Halloween. When's that? A week and a half from now. Scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's here. Highest email open rates occurred the week of Black Friday. No big surprise there.
Nope.
Highest email volumes were on Mondays and Fridays compared to Tuesday and Friday the year 2008 and 2009. If you do a quick Google search for when's the best days to send my emails, 9 times out of 10, Monday and Friday are not going to be the highest rated days. So, you know, some of those industry standards don't always accurately tell what the best day is. It depends on your store, your customer, your market. Is the sun shining or not that day? I mean, it really is so subjective.
Exactly. And, you know, Michelle, a lot of the customers that I talk to on a regular basis who come to me for advice will say, what day should I send my email? And, you know, I tell them, well, you know, it's so dependent on your business. I'm going to give you a quick story. I had one store that I basically tested every single day of the week. And Friday was the best day for that email to go out, Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just on this one store that I had. It had to do with the type of products that were sold. So, you know, I'm telling my one customer about this, and I'm saying, oh, you know, I do really good on Friday. And she comes back to me and says, why would you ever send out an email on Friday? Nobody is thinking about opening up email on Friday. You're crazy. Nothing is going to work. And I say, well, why don't you just try it once and see what happens? So this past Friday, they sent out an email. And, you know, I got the instant messages. I got the text messages. Oh, my God, I can't believe, you know, I got 100 and some orders that use this coupon code. And, you know, you can't always get stuck in that notion where you have to send out an email only on a Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. I always tell my people, you know, test it and find out what the best day of the week to send out email is based on your customer base. There's no stat in the world that's going to apply for your business. But this customer who sent that email out on Friday was just flabbergasted at the response. So it all depends. I mean, it could have been a flop, but
Yeah.
you know what? It turned out to be a good thing.
I have a customer who we send for regularly on a Monday morning, and most people would tell you Monday people are just coming back to work, their inbox is full, they're busy working, they're not checking their personal email, and Mondays we found are the best results for them, and even you know, we found some of that out through their site traffic as well. So you can be looking into your analytics, into your site traffic, and see when, you know, when are surges on your site for visits.
You just have to test, and find out what works best for your customers. You may be surprised. It may be a Monday. You never know.
Yep, absolutely. Finally, our last little stat here, email delivered on Wednesday has the highest conversion rates. Monday was the highest open rates, Friday the highest click-through rates. So if you had to pick, I think you'd probably pick the highest conversion rates on Wednesday. But as you can see, it all varies.
That's why we do webinars Wednesday at 2.
See that?
Well, that is the truth, because we found out that, you know, when we did webinars different days of the week, Wednesdays we got the best draw from. So, you know, it's all about looking for these different things when you're planning out your marketing strategy.
So even early on, if you're emailing this week, you want to start emailing next week, at least it gives you a couple of emails before we get into that Black Friday, Cyber Monday important time. So, you know, you've got a couple of weeks here, the rest of October, early November. If you want to send one a week and start testing out those days and times, by Black Friday, hopefully you've gotten some valuable information out of those tests and can send at the optimum time. Okay, so what all that means is it's time to start emailing now. So we're going to walk you through some 12 key factors to consider before starting your holiday emails. Number one is laying out some goals. So what's most important to you? Do you want to build your social media base, interact more heavily on social media and get a return from that avenue? Is revenue important to you? Are you looking to increase your customer base, more visits to your website, get more newsletter subscribers, as long as you've got a newsletter subscription on your homepage or throughout your site on landing pages? You know, it's increased profit. So lay out some goals for yourself. You know, having the best social media and having the best revenue and increasing your customer base, you know, if you concentrate on too many things, maybe you're putting your eggs in too many baskets. So come up with a goal for yourself, a realistic goal ahead of time. Secondly, we're going to look back to 2010. So if you've done email last year, this is the perfect opportunity to look back, see what worked, see what didn't work, and how you can improve. If you hadn't, that's okay. Next year, you can look back to this year and see what went right, what went wrong. So some things to consider. Which email campaigns generated the highest and lowest conversions? The ones with the highest conversions, you can recycle those and use them as backed by popular demand, or look to ways to even better improve them. Or those lowest conversion generators. Obviously, we want to try something new, so what about that didn't work and what can you do to improve that for this time? Did you increase your number of sends a whole lot or a little? People get accustomed to the number of emails they get from you, whether it's monthly, bi-weekly, weekly. As we move into the holiday season, we're probably going to be sending more than throughout the earlier parts of the year. So did that adversely affect you know, your list? If you were sending too many, did you start to see a decrease in opens, a decrease in clicks? Did you see an increased number in unsubscribes or spam complaints directly tied to the number of sends?
What is your thought on the number of sends per month, Michelle? I usually say one every other week is good as a normal communication. So that would be 2 a month.
Throughout, yeah, I would say, you know, February through October, 2 a month is a good number. Monthly used to be the norm, but now with so many people regularly emailing, 2 a month is still an appropriate number that isn't too much, but that once a month can kind of get lost in there. You're so busy and you've got so many emails coming in at you that if you've just got that 1 a month, you might easily forget about it. So I would say on an off month that isn't, there isn't a holiday that affects you or some sort of tie-in to your product selection, biweekly is a great number throughout the year.
And then for the holidays, if you're planning special deals throughout, what do you think, about once a week at that point?
I definitely think once a week is appropriate, anywhere here from the week of Halloween right through to the week of Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. And lastly, how well were your emails coordinated with your social and mobile campaigns? I mentioned a little bit ago we're going to talk a lot about social and mobile because they're really important. It's not just your standard opening your email on your computer anymore. We're going to social media to check out the offers. We're using our mobile devices to do both, check our social media and check our emails. So if you didn't do a whole lot of coordinating last year, now's the time to start coordinating both of those into your plan. Next, we're going to talk about holiday timeline and key dates. This is really important. Scott and I just mentioned once a week is appropriate now here through the rest of the year. We've got a customer who already sends once a week almost on a normal basis because his customer base responds to that. So he might uptick that a little bit since they're already used to that. If you're only sending, once a month, start pushing that up to one, at least 2, if not once per week, because you've got a lot to talk about. I mean, you've got specials, you've got holiday gift guides. There are plenty of things to talk about now through Christmas. Throughout the year, you might find, twice a month, that's enough. You've got just enough to talk about twice a month. But here through the rest of the year, you've got plenty to concentrate on. That once a week is good.
But
So,
I think if you're going to move to increase your email frequency, you're going to want to make sure that those emails have relevant and interesting content. You just don't want to throw it out there and risk an unsubscribe. So, make sure that if you're going to be increasing your frequency on sending out these emails, that you're sending stuff that's worthwhile. Because at this point of the year, people are going to be looking for deals. They probably don't want to be overwhelmed with stuff that's not going to matter a whole lot to them. So make sure that they're interesting.
right, we're going to talk more about that, about adding value to each of your emails. A sale alone might not be value enough. So yeah, we'll touch on that too. You'd think we rehearsed this.
You would think.
Special occasions, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday shipping deadlines, free shipping day. Those are just 4 instances alone to send emails on. So plenty to talk about. So here's just a quick sample timeline I came up. This is loosely based. Of course, you can, however it works best for you. But we can send next week. Then we're sending the first 2 weeks in November. So maybe that first week in November, we're talking about holiday gift guides. That next week, we're rolling out an early bird special. And then we've got Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We've got the first week of December. Again, we want to push more gifts, gift guides, make shopping easier for them. Tell them what they should be buying. December 12th, we're going to lay out ground shipping deadlines, which is December 16th through the U.S. Postal Service this year. It's the last day for guaranteed ground shipping, so earlier in that week, you can let them know about that deadline. December 19th, I believe, I don't have it in front of me, the 21st, I believe, is the last day for guaranteed express shipping. So you can lay out that for them. And then, on Christmas, it'd be nice to send a little thank you for shopping with us this season. They've been hopefully opening your emails regularly throughout the last 2 months. So it's nice to give them a little thank you and wish them a happy holiday. And then December 26th, we're not done with our marketing yet. People have got cash, they've got gift cards, they've got stuff to return and exchange. So we don't want to drop them right on Christmas. We've got post-holiday, we've got New Year's. So holiday marketing goes right through the beginning of January.
I like to buy all of my gifts on December the 26th.
They're all on sale.
It's all half price anyway. So
That's
I just
right.
tell all my relatives that I'm not going to be around for Christmas. I'll catch you the next week. I'll see you at New Year's. And then I do all my shopping. They haven't caught on to me yet, but it works.
So next we're going to talk about point number 4, Black November versus Black Friday. So we all know what Black Friday is. There's a notion now of Black November where more and more stores are offering low, low prices all month long at steep discounts. As a small business owner, you might not and probably can't match those steep discounts for the whole month. So just think ahead now and plan out what's right for you. What can you offer? What can't you offer? What's too much? What's too little? I will offer you a little bit of advice. Sometimes throughout the year, maybe 20% off is a little too steep for your margins, or lowering that free shipping is really inhibiting your profit margins. At the holidays, some of that's got to go out the door, simply because people are expecting it because some of these other big box stores are offering it on a regular basis. Think of it as if you didn't offer it and they didn't buy anyway, you didn't make any revenue. But if you offered it at a discount and more people were shopping, then hopefully you saw more return than you would have seen without. So where do you fall in there? What can you offer? Sort of lay that out now ahead of time so that it doesn't get closer to Black Friday and you're seeing all of these steep discounts and you think, I have to match that. Know what's right for you, what you're comfortable with, so you're not cutting yourself too short and really slashing those margins. Key factor number 5, Cyber Monday, the biggest online shopping day of the year. It is your holy grail.
Yep.
$1 billion in 2010, 77% of major online retailers are sending at least one promotional email to their subscribers on Cyber Monday. At least one. That means, I know from experience, some of the big box stores, I get several throughout the day.
I'm surprised they haven't started coming already.
I know. They've got early bird specials. They've got mid-afternoon specials. They've got late evening specials. So at the very least, everyone needs to be sending one email on Cyber Monday.
Yep.
Next, Free Shipping Day. I mentioned it earlier when we talked about some key dates. Free Shipping Day is Friday, December 16th. You enroll at freeshippingday.com and you're able to upload your logo and you're right there on the list of all the other stores. I looked yesterday and I'm not certain of the number right now, but I think it's somewhere around 300 participants. But I could be way off on that. So check it out.
Take a look.
Go ahead. freeshippingday.com. You enroll for free. They help right on the website. They publicize the free shipping offer for you. It's on Friday, December 16th this year because, like I mentioned earlier, that is the last day for free for guaranteed ground shipping with the U.S. Postal Service. You might be saying to yourself, I can't afford free shipping. For one day, give it a try. See how it works out for you this year. And, you know, you might be pleasantly surprised about the great return you saw that made up for the free shipping.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, Michelle. There are 609 participating stores right now. And, you know, you've got everything from, you know, your major retailers like Cabela's and Land's End, right down to some smaller stores as well. So if you're already offering free shipping, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be in here. And then, you know, if you want to do a free shipping promo, you got to weigh it in your mind like, okay, if I'm going to throw out a 15 or 20% off coupon, maybe instead of doing that, I'll offer free shipping for the day, and it might come out to be equal. So you got to do the math and see if you can afford free shipping. But, you know, this is probably going to be a hot site for people to be going to, because I remember last year it got some heavy promotion. Some of the shipping companies were promoting it. I mean, you saw it all over the front page of the search engines. It got a lot of press. So you definitely, if you can do free shipping, you're definitely going to want to at least get your logo on here and sign up for it.
Absolutely. And like we said, it's just one day, so you can cut back on some other promotions. Don't offer anything else on your site that day. End the coupon code the night before and just run the free shipping for this one day.
Yep, and I do see some Solid Cactus customers in here already, so that's very cool.
Yeah, I saw some earlier yesterday when I checked out. Pretty neat.
Yep.
Next, choose what you want to offer. So like we talked about with the Black November, you can't offer the same steep discount all month through November and December. You've got to vary it. You've got to, keep your margins up. The goal is to make some money, not give it all away this holiday season. So think about now what you can afford to offer. What did you offer last year that worked? What did you offer last year that didn't work? What have you offered throughout the year that has done well? So site-wide discounts, % off, dollars off, 20% off site-wide, or $10 off a $50 order, minimum purchase. Product discounts, so it doesn't have to be on the whole site. Have weekly deals. Maybe once a week on a Wednesday afternoon, you send out your new weekly gift product. Offer a discount on one product at a time. Offer some giveaways. That's good for involvement on your social media. So do you have anything, do you have some freebies you can get from your, from the companies you purchased from that you can give away with purchase? Or something you can give away to get your social media, your followers involved on your Facebook or Twitter.
Giveaways on your social media presence attracts a lot of buzz. It's viral. It's going to get you more likes. It's going to get you more subscribers. So, you know what? If you do it for your manufacturers, if you call them up and say, hey, you know what? On 3 days during the month of December, we're going to do some contests on our site and on Facebook. How about sending us, send us a half a dozen of your Charlie Sheen action figure dolls to give away on our Facebook page. And you know what? They're going to want the publicity anyway. So they're going to send them to you, or they're going to offer you a discount or something on stuff you have in stock. So, call them up. All it takes is a phone call to your current suppliers to work promos. I've done that for years, and they're always, I know the guys I've dealt with, they're always more than accommodating when it comes to doing that stuff. And if you do it through social media, I mean, your friends are going to tell their friends, and it just goes on and on. So it can be very good for you.
Exactly. So are you not sure what to offer, what discounts and promotions? Here again, turn to your social media, poll your Twitter and Facebook followers, ask them what kind of specials and promotions they'd like to see this holiday season. They might, of course, everybody's going to give you some outlandish, I want free shipping, I want everything free, but you're going to get hopefully some legitimate, give them some options. They can offer their own suggestions as well, but give them an idea of some suggestions and see what they come up with. You might be surprised. They might give you a bunch of great ideas that you hadn't thought of. And think these are your customers, and these are the people that are shopping from you hopefully regularly. So even if you just pick one out of that idea and show those followers that you were listening to them, their input was valuable, and you implemented one of them.
Yep, free shipping is always a good one like you have on here. Free shipping is amazing for conversions. Free shipping, or maybe $3.99 shipping to at least cover some of your costs. But anything that is going to add extra value for the customer is something good. And I think most of your followers, will tell you, oh, I love free shipping, because a lot of customers look at the shipping charge as, well, I could just go down to the local Best Buy or the local Kmart and pick that up and not have to pay shipping, even though the price may be a $2 difference. That seems to always have been the bane of Internet shoppers, is that shipping charge. So by eliminating that, or at least lowering it to a more acceptable level, you'll see that it will work for you.
And I know just from my own personal shopping habits, I know before I want 10 or 15% off. I'd like free shipping instead.
Yep. Yep.
Just
But,
kind of
sometimes
becomes the
the
norm.
shipping costs, if stores are charging actual freight, that could be $15, $20 on a large order. It could be much, by eliminating that charge, it could be less or it could be more than a coupon discount that you may throw out there.
Yep. So think about some of that. So think about involving your social media and see if you can get some great ideas from them as well. Number 8, create a sense of urgency. So it's never too soon to start thinking about the holidays and making their purchases. I know we talk about starting next week, starting the week of Halloween, but don't feel like it's too early. I know you might think, I just took my kids trick-or-treating yesterday. It's not time to give them a gift guide, but it is. Create the urgency now. That way you're not running into any supply issues, shipping and getting calls that Susie was shattered because Santa's present wasn't under the tree. Create this urgency now and implement some early bird specials. Let them know that these aren't sales that are going to come around again in December. They're here for November. Start buying now.
Yep.
Next, number 9, keep mobile in mind. Super important. Mobile users are a growing chunk of your customers, so be sure to keep them and their devices and how they're viewing your emails and your communications in mind. According to Google's Holiday Retail Mobile Insights, 15% of Black Friday searches will be from mobile devices this year. 44% of searches for last-minute gifts and store locator terms will be from mobile, and 33% of tablet and smartphone users intend to start shopping before Thanksgiving. So that is a big chunk of your prospective holiday customers.
Yeah, I could just see it, people walking around the different stores on Black Friday, maybe hitting up some of the comparison shopping engine sites to see what the price of the item that they're looking for is going for online compared to the store. And, you're also driving around and you're thinking, is there a store around me that carries this? And they're going to use the store locator. And for the most part, with the iPads and everything, do you have an iPad, Michelle?
I do not, but my significant other has a version, so I know how popular they are.
So John has a tablet, and I'm telling you, for me, the tablet is more. The iPad has pretty much taken over my browsing after 5 o'clock at night, after the workday is over. I'm sitting at home. I'm ordering stuff online from the iPad, so you can't ignore these mobile users. And if you look at your Google Analytics, you're going to be surprised at how many people are actually visiting your site from either the iPhone or the BlackBerry or the iPad. And you'd be surprised. So if you haven't taken a look at your analytics to see what those numbers are, go in and take a look. You'll probably be surprised. And if you don't have a mobile version of your website, now is the time to be thinking of it. It really is.
So we're going to offer some helpful tips to optimize your mobile email so that it's mobile friendly. You want smaller, narrow viewing area. An average email width for a mobile should be 640 pixels or less. If you can, add a view on mobile link so that they can head out from that email to the mobile version that's optimized for them. Keep your subject line short. I'm the first to say to keep them short and sweet anyway, but for the mobile it's even more important because there's even less characters. So if you think you're being cute and fancy and you save your hard-hitting promotion for the end of the subject line, your mobile users are likely never to even see that portion. So if it's important, put it up front. You also want to avoid being too text-heavy. Same with the narrow viewing area. You don't want to have to do too much scrolling left or right, up or down. So not too text-heavy. And same goes for images. Image-based is obviously the most popular version for your emails. But for mobile purposes, you want to use them smartly and not overload, because it can slow down the loading process on the mobile phones. Key factor number 10, integrate your social media like we talked about. It was a primary sales driver for the holiday of 2010, and I'm positive it's going to surpass this year. So it's great to include your social medias in your email template, obviously have them there. But in addition, be more active. So promote your sales and discounts that coordinate with your emails on your social media, or have social media only specials. That way, those social media followers are feeling like they're getting an added perk for following you and checking back to you regularly. There's now an option to subscribe to a news feed. We all know Facebook has changed so greatly in the last couple of weeks. You now can subscribe to the people you want to hear from most. So promote that and suggest they subscribe to you so that you're making that news feed every time you've got something to say. Offer contests and giveaways like Scott and I talked about. It's a great way to get people involved and get it viral and get their friends included in the offer. I know if I see a great promotion myself, a contest or a giveaway, even if friends or others aren't a fan, it might be something I think appeals to them, and I let them know, and then they get involved in as well. So giveaways are really a great avenue for viral marketing. Add incentives, which we're going to talk a little bit more about, and Scott mentioned. You know, a promotion's great and free shipping's wonderful, but we can't send the free shipping week after week now until Christmas, so we want to add some incentive. Through your social media is a great way to do that. Add a holiday tip once a day. Add a little holiday anecdote, you know, once a day. Stay involved and incentivize them visiting you. You know, get them involved whatever way you can. Key factor number 11, segment your list when possible. It allows you to target your holiday meals. I don't know. Your holiday.
Yeah, I know where my holiday meal is going to be targeted.
Your holiday emails and make them more relevant to your shopper. So, of course, if I'm a woman, I am a woman, but if I'm a lady and I'm only purchasing women's products on your site, it doesn't mean I'm not going to purchase a kid's product or I'm not going to purchase a men's product during the holiday season. But you at least know that I'm a regular shopper of women's products. So send me targeted emails, gift guides, suggestions, offers based around the products that you know I like to purchase from your store. If you can, it only helps, you know, target and make that a little more niche, that email. So sales are great, like I said, but essentially we're always asking them for something. Even though we're offering 20% off, what we're in turn saying is pay us 80%. So we're always asking for money. So you want to sprinkle in value as well. So in addition to those sales and promotions, just like the value I talked about in social media, offer some of that value. So maybe week 1 is a promotion, and week 2, that promotion carries over possibly. It's a new promotion, but it's not the main focal point. You're adding some sort of value. So offer them some holiday recipes, offer them some gift wrapping tips, party planning advice, gift ideas, you know, for the teacher, for your mailman, for mom, for dad, for your teenage daughter. Offer them gift ideas and let them know what they should be purchasing from you. So we know that the importance of the mobile and social media we talked about, laying out a timeline ahead of time. Are we sending once a week? Are we going to have a daily deal? Are we going to have a weekly special deal on a product in addition to our weekly emails? We've laid out our expectations. What is our goal here of the holiday email marketing season? We laid out some marketing parameters, so we know we want to do percents off. We know we want to offer free shipping for Black Friday, and we know we want to offer it again in early December. but maybe we're still unsure about what some of those promotions should be. So some promotional ideas. Offer a range of promotions, free shipping, incremental discounts. Popular is, Friday 20% off, Saturday 15% off, Sunday 10% off, Monday 5% off. So offer some incremental discounts or site-wide savings across the board. I touched on earlier when you're building the urgency to shop early, offer some early bird specials to encourage your email subscribers to shop now and shop early. Let them know that this is the only time 25% off this item is going to be available. It won't happen again. And stick to that. And that way we're encouraging them to shop now, shop early. Offer newsletter subscriber-only specials. So, make them feel special. If you offer free shipping for your $50 orders on your website, let your email subscribers in on a special and offer it to them for $35 with a coupon code. So offer them some newsletter-only subscriber specials to keep them opening, to keep them involved and keep them wanting to see what is inside. I mentioned introduce daily or weekly deals or sales. I know, with the Living Social and all those sort of websites now, we've got a few local-based here as well. I think everybody's got them popping up, daily deal sites. So if you can afford it, I'm not saying you have to put it on sale. You can, but you don't need to. But if you've got 30 great gift items that you think no matter who it is going to want them, mid-November to mid-December, offer a daily deal everywhere and just inform them of what they should be buying. Showcase your gift ideas, so sort of like segmenting, but, in general to everyone. Offer them gift ideas by interest, by budget, so gifts under $25, gifts under $50, gifts under $100, by gender. Oh,
yeah, I always did like a holiday gift guide section on my sites where, you broke it up exactly by like you were talking there, either by price or gifts under $20. If you just wanted to pick up a cheap little gift for a neighbor or somebody you don't like all that much, but you wanted to at least give them something, you choose the under the $20 bin. Or, gifts for the husband, gifts for the boyfriend, gift for the mother-in-law. And, that just, people go to your site, they click on the gift guide, and you're basically driving a car for them. You're just sitting there with the steering wheel, they're driving, and as you're driving by, they're picking stuff off the shelf and putting it in their shopping cart. So the more that you can drive them with these showcases, that works very well.
As you get closer to the holidays, promote last-minute gifts, really uptake that sense of urgency. And then, like we talked about, if you can, participate in the National Free Shipping Day as well. So you want to step outside the box, try some new things, but you don't want to go too wild with promotions and offers and fancy emails with bells and whistles. The holidays aren't the time to try out too many fancy new tricks. Stick with what works, what you found what works, improve what you found hasn't worked, and try out the fancy stuff later in January and February. You've got too much at stake right now. That's why you don't see people launching brand new websites in the fourth quarter of the year. You don't want to mess around with your shoppers at that time of the year. It's just far too important. Absolutely. So some general tips to keep in mind for your physical emails themselves when sending throughout the holidays and all year long. Optimize your campaigns for mobile users. I feel like I've said that 100 times, but I mean it. Optimize for mobile users. Just more and more and more of your audience is jumping on board with the mobile smartphones, and you want to target them and talk to them. Segment to give your shoppers a unique shopping experience when possible. Manage your expectations and frequency carefully, like we talked about. If you went from not emailing at all to emailing every day, that's probably a little too much. You're going to hurt your list, and that's going to carry throughout the coming year. So don't do too much to jeopardize the quality of your list now in November, December. Maintain a balance between offer and value incentives. Display a prominent call to action. I know from experience, what you think you're telling them and what they're reading, seeing, viewing is not always the same thing. So
yeah.
I
got that email that said it was 30% off. Well, no, ma'am, it's actually 10.
Right. So make that call to action prominent and make it stand out. Subscribe to your competitors' emails to generate ideas throughout the year or for next holiday season. See what they're doing and see how you can improve it. Make it better.
That is so very important, Michelle, and so many people don't do that. And, I wonder why. And, another thing I say, not only subscribe to your competitors' emails, but place an order with them, like once or twice every quarter. Place an order with them. See what they're, because, you want to know what they're throwing in the box along with the items that you ordered. What kind of promotional materials they're putting in there? Are they offering you a deal if you place another order with a slip that's inside that box? What are they doing that you are not? Competitor intelligence is very important, and it's something that I have always done. I probably kept more up to date on my competitors than they wanted me to. But you know what? You have to. You need to stay ahead, and you need to know what your competitors are doing, because every order that you lose to a competitor is money out of your pocket. So use all the resources that you have available, including placing orders from these guys, and watch what they're doing and make sure that you're doing one better than they are.
Absolutely. Great advice. Lastly, subject lines, and subject lines. They get your emails opened. You can put the best promotion in the world inside that email. You can have the shiniest, fanciest email that can sing Christmas carols to them, but if they don't open it, all of that is irrelevant. So construct those subject lines with care. Don't just throw it out there willy-nilly at last minute. Think about how to properly portray the most important aspect of that email in as few words as possible to entice the reader to open the email.
Yep.
And I mentioned earlier when we talked about the timeline, while the holiday season ends December 25th, early January, I talked about New Year's Eve, post-Christmas sales, your customer relationship should last all year. So don't get highly involved with them now, Halloween through Christmas, and then abandon them and go back to not emailing at all, or just emailing once a month, because like I said, the volume is so high now that once a month is almost a throwaway. You need to stay a little more involved in their lives.
Everybody's going to be fighting for these customers, so you want to keep them. So like Michelle said, it doesn't end in January. You need to continue to treat these customers well, market them appropriately, give them deals, take care of them, and they'll take care of you in return.
Absolutely. So you want to look after them all year long. And that's about it. It's time for questions.
All right. I am going to open up on your screen, folks, the magical question and answer box. There it goes. So if any of you have any questions pertaining to the topic at hand today, we'd be more than happy to hear those, and we'll get those answered for you. In the meantime, while you're all busy bringing in your questions, I am going to turn Carl's microphone on here. Let's see. There we go, Carl, and I want to introduce you to Carl. Carl Fedak. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Hey, we got you this time. Okay, Michelle, let's go to that. Let's go to that next slide. Carl, are you dressed as Santa Claus today? Are you all ho-ho-hoed and ready to give these folks a great offer this afternoon?
Well, I've got the suit. I don't have it with me today, but that's not going to stop the offers from coming through.
Well, if you go in my office, if you go right outside, the Santa Claus suit is in there. I should have told you to put this on beforehand. So as a penalty for not doing that, you're going to have to sing Jingle Bells 3 times.
Only if you do it too, Scott.
So, Carl, the folks, we just talked for almost an hour about email marketing. Probably a lot of them are saying, boy, this is a lot of work. I am going to be so busy this holiday, packing orders, dealing with customers. I don't have time to do email marketing. And you're going to tell me, Scott, you know what? I have a solution for you. What is it, Carl?
That's exactly what we want to get into right now. I mean, this is going to be the key. And two words that I want to say is immediacy, urgency, and also we'll throw in planning. And with what Michelle's been offering all afternoon, along with your help, is enrolling in our managed email marketing services. A lot of people that are store owners this time of year are being swamped. They're making their own plans, but we can't let the email marketing aspect go by either. And that's why it's very important for them to give me a call, calling us all at Cactus, so that we can discuss exactly what a 6-month managed email marketing plan can do for them. And for this webinar, for a limited time, we're going to throw in that 7th month of managed services at no additional charges.
So it's a 6-month managed email contract. And Michelle, you work on these all the time. Tell me what this includes.
So the managed email service includes pretty much everything from A to Z. You can be as involved or as little involved as you like. So it's the complete design, whether you have a custom email template designed here by us or you bring an email template with you. We are going to create and custom design all of the images that are inside, write all of the professional content. We're going to send the emails. We're going to do all of the reporting, reviewing the reports, optimizing what can we improve for next time. And that marketing calendar, like we talked about, we're going to help you lay out that marketing calendar now. Lay it out from October through Christmas, every date we want to send, every promotion we're comfortable with, and then we take it from there and you sit back and collect the revenue.
It's really a resource too good to pass up.
Yeah, it really is, because I know the last thing, that people are thinking about doing this time of year, and I've been there. I know what it's like to come into the office in the morning and see 700 orders ready to be processed. It's just completely overwhelming. And the last thing you're thinking when you're trying to get those orders out is, oh my God, I forgot. I got to send an email out this week to promote the sale that we're having. So here is the opportunity to do that. And Carl, Nancy is asking a question here. What is the price for the managed service? We might as well just knock that out of the park right now.
Yeah, Scott. The price for the managed services right now on a month is $250 a month for the managed services. And again, that's a fantastic rate when you consider all the work that Michelle and her team are going to put in hand for those customers. So the content writing, the key. Go ahead.
It's just $250 a month?
That's it for that time. And again, that's writing that explicit content and creating that subject line that's going to capture and motivate people to click on that email and see exactly what's going on with the store.
That's for one email a month, the management fee, and each additional email sent per month after the first, $250, is at a discounted rate of $200. So if we send 4 in the month, we're going to do $850 for the month.
And very easy to recoup that back in sales.
Absolutely.
So that's,
sure.
This is kind of a no-brainer. So Carl's contact information is on the screen there now, 888-361-9814, extension 7024. When you call him, ask for the Jingle Bell Special, and he'll just start laughing. Or you can drop him an email. Let's get to some of these other questions here. Lior, who I've seen on many, many of our webinars over the years, he says, thank you for completely overwhelming us. Yeah, you know what? You're exactly right, and you're welcome. Because there is an awful lot. You think, oh, email marketing, pretty simple, send out an email to my customer base. But you know what? That's great. It does sound simple, but are you going to get a return on it? Is the money that you spent with your time and effort and your email service, is it going to generate anything back? And if the answer is I don't know, or no, not really, because you're not putting enough planning into it, is it worth your time doing it? Do it the right way. I mean, we went through 12 really intense tips here this afternoon that will guide you along the way for a successful email campaign. And if you just don't have the ability to sit down and plan all this out, don't worry, we can do it for you. But it is very overwhelming, and it's just one of the small components that go into running your e-commerce business. It's on top of your pay-per-click. It's on top of your social media. It's on top of your mobile strategy. It's just another piece of the puzzle. And, we don't expect everybody to be able to do all this on their own, which is why we're here, with some of these great services that we have. And Carl, I'm sure you deal with customers every single day that are in the same position. Oh, there's only 10 of us and we just can't do it. How can you help?
Right.
I mean, it's
right.
it's crazy. But
it's a no-brainer.
Here to help. Yep.
Yep.
Let's see here. Shazad wants to know, with all these smartphones in the market, do you need to have a mobile site in addition to your regular website? I'll take that one.
All right.
With the influx of mobile devices, it is very important that you do have a mobile website. And, we do it for Yahoo Store. We have a solution for that. If you're on your iPhone and you're out shopping and you want to check the price of a specific item that this store has, if you're not visiting a site that's been optimized for mobile, you're going to be enlarging the screen, you're going to be using your finger gestures to adjust the size of the screen to fit what you're looking to see, and it becomes a bad experience for the customer. With the optimized mobile site, it is designed just to fit on that screen. It's less graphic intensive, which doesn't cause, if they're not on Wi-Fi at the time, it doesn't cause huge load times. It loads faster, and you really do need to get a mobile site if you are getting visits from a lot of mobile users. Take a look at your Google Analytics or your Yahoo web stats and go into the section where it talks about browsers and look to see how many visits you are getting from mobile devices. You're probably going to be surprised at how many you're getting now, and if you were to convert those via a mobile website, you'll be able to see just how much revenue is being generated by people visiting your mobile version. So yes, I believe mobile is extremely important, and if you haven't thought about it, with the holidays coming, now is a great time to start. Let's see here. Nancy would like to know, this is a kind of a two-part question here, Michelle. Is there a dedicated team assigned to manage my emails?
There is, absolutely. Myself and my team are dedicated to just managing email marketing. You'll have the same account manager from start through your duration, and they will work with you, daily or as much as you communicate. Great.
And then part two, can you mix both your managed services and an in-house set of emails? So I guess she's asking, in addition, if we use you for managed services, can we also send out one of our own emails that we put together here in the office?
Yes, absolutely. We can work together in tandem to, make it work ideally for the whole season.
Okay. Another question, if we use Campaigner or another email system to do our emails, can you manage our email through that system?
We can, yes. We can use other systems. If you're not aware, we do have our own email marketing platform called Cactus Connect. You can check that out at cactusconnect.com. It's an amazing platform that integrates directly with your Yahoo store. So the Yahoo backend orders are all pushed directly into Cactus Connect. There's no exporting from your store, importing into your email platform. So we do use Cactus Connect primarily, but we will also manage through other platforms as well.
Let's see, Scott is asking, is there a way to contact people if I don't have their email address? Nope, you're a little disappointed there. No, you don't. You can't contact them if they don't have an email address. So if you're not collecting email addresses on your site, now is a great time to start doing that. Let's see here. Gabby says, just a comment for the mobile site topic to Scott. We got the mobile site from Solid Cactus last year, and I wonder if he's going to let me. He gives me the sales numbers I'll go ahead and say it because I just gave his first name. Nobody knows who he is. Mobile site Solid Cactus last year have gotten $30,000 in sales from it in less than a year. So $30,000 in sales in 1 year came from the mobile site. That is terrific. That's great. And there, is somebody who's taking advantage of mobile to the fullest by having a mobile site. And I'm sure Gabby is going to be increasing that number through the holidays. So that's a great thing right there. 30 grand in sales in less than a year on the mobile site. Let's see, if I use Cactus Connect and you for managed email, is there a separate charge for Connect?
Cactus Connect does have a separate subscription fee, so just as you might pay for your subscription fee to Campaigner, Constant Contact, Vertical Response, there is. It starts out at a low $29 a month, and you can check all of that out right on the Cactus Connect website. But yes, so it would be the $250 managed for 1 email a month, and then the low price of $29.
And with Cactus Connect, there's no charge for each individual email send. You can send out a gazillion emails a month, and it's just that flat rate per month. So it's a very affordable email marketing system. And you can, like Michelle said, just go to cactusconnect.com. You can get the whole skinny on that product there. Let's see here. How do you know by looking at browsers what is mobile? Is Android browser only? Is there another to look at? Well, you've got your Android browser. You've got the browser for BlackBerry. I don't know the name of that. You've got mobile Safari for your iPhone. But if you were to go into your either Google Analytics or your Yahoo, what is Yahoo? Yahoo website analytics, you can go into the browser tab, and you'll be able to see the different browsers that are browsing your site. And I believe, if I'm remembering this, Michelle, you may know better than me, but I'm visualizing my Google Analytics screen in my head, and I believe under the browsers drop down, there's they put an actual breakout there for mobile at this point. So you can go in and actually see the mobile traffic that you're getting.
Yes.
Okay, he just messaged me and said, yep, got it, I see it there now. Perfect. Eva would like to know, is there a setup fee for your managed service? Eva, I'm going to tell you the answer is no. There's no setup fee. So that ought to make your day. No setup fee. It's just a monthly charge, and then Santa Carl will give you that seventh month free. So let's see. If you sign up today, you've got November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I mean, we're taking you right through Memorial Day. Wow, you can do a lot of sales in there. Let's see. Hey, look at this. Lior, who was asking some questions about mobile, he just write, holy beep. He got $44,000 in sales this year from his mobile website.
Wow.
So we heard from Gabby before, who got $30K, and now we're looking at Lior, who got $44K. So, wow, I'm impressed.
Well worth it.
And he just wrote, and I don't have a mobile site. So that's interesting. So people are actually using his regular site on their iPhones, on their BlackBerries, and it generated $44K. So imagine what that number could be if he had a mobile site. It could be double. It could be another 20,000. You never know. So it's great to hear that mobile is working for some of these folks. That is about all the time we have available for questions this afternoon. I appreciate everybody taking the time out for joining us. Michelle, Carl, thank you very much. Carl's contact information is there on the screen. Also, those of you who joined us today, Tom in our marketing department will be sure to get a copy of the website PowerPoint or the web presentation PowerPoint out to you via email either this afternoon or tomorrow, so you can have that for future reference to make your neighbors jealous. But you'll get that via an email. Again, Michelle, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and good luck with your holiday email marketing.
Santa Carl, thank you.
Always a pleasure, Scott. Let's get those phones ringing.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and thank you for joining us on another Solid